Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video we are answering a question someone asked. If you have two different guitarists with extremely different type of sounds, how's it best to implement them into the actual mix and where to put them and place them and so forth? So what I decided to do was, I have created two different type of guitarists here. One that loves Oh My Goat, very good choice, and another one that loves the Djentonic, another very good choice. So I've done a bunch of recordings. I quad-tracked on both of these, and now we're going to run through all the different jams. Firstly, where we're going to have two guitars with a Djentonic on the left, two guitars with a Djentonic on the right, same with the Oh My Goat, and then we're going to mix them. If you had the Djentonic all on one side and the Oh My Goat on the other side, or the last mix I'm going to have is both of them mixed left and right together. And then we can have a bit of a chat about it, what it sounds like on the other side. So cue the cute little cartoon intro and let's get to jamming, because there's going to be quite a few of them. Now I've heard the different combinations of the two different pedals and where we can put them and how we can do it. Let's have a listen to them isolated. So the setup is pretty simple. I've got the guitars running straight into the distortion, into a noise gate, because when push comes to shove, unwanted noise will always win. That's just a little bit there to help control the sound a bit. Into my mixing desk, straight into the audio interface, and an IR running in the computer. So firstly, the Djentonic, let's run through these little settings quickly. So this is the sound that I've got. I've got the warmth button on, which is like a boost. So if I turn that off, compared to having it on, much better having it engaged than off. So as you can see, the lows are rolled back just a little bit. I got the mids and trebs running Not too hot, but a little bit more than usual. Now, technically using these as preamps, so we have to boost the volume up a little bit more, which is no problem at all. And it's not overly drained by distortion. That's what we have there. So moving on to the Oh My Goat. Not as bright as a Djentonic, but I definitely want to have a difference in sounds anyway to see what it sounds like blending them or having them completely separated, and pretty much a test that we just did. But as you can see, I do have the treble running pretty hot. It's as hot as it can go, so I can't do much more than that. Yeah, the bass and the mids pushed a little bit, not too much out of 12 o'clock. Once again, the gain is the same as a Djentonic, didn't really push it that much. This one comes with its own boost, like the warmth. A little bit different though, because the warmth has an EQ curve, as you heard, that pushes. With this one is a straight boost. The level I've got pushed to max. So the Djentonic has just a little bit more output compared to the Oh My Goat. Now this is not saying that one is better than the other. We're just talking about the differences, that's all. But one thing I did find interesting about the Oh My Goat, so we're dealing with low tuning. This is in drop G. If that is too gloomy and we chuck down the bass, not too bad. But when I cut it all the way off, we get near to nothing. So I turn the noise gate off then to help it get through. Zero difference. So the noise gate isn't cutting off the sound, so to speak. It's just for some reason, it's kept the noise down. Why? That's why I need to engage the noise gate again to give it that boost. So I don't know why it does that, but just cuts it all off. So there you have it. That's what they sound like individually. So let me quickly reset up the camera and we'll have a little chat about it with some final thoughts. All right, so now I've heard the jams, the 4 different type of jams, and we've heard both these pedals isolated by themselves and the difference. So first things first is, which pedal is better? That's irrelevant for the conversation. Whoa, nearly dropped it. I think they're both as good as each other, but they offer something different, which is exactly what you want in products. I think that's awesome. But in regards to when you're approaching a mix with different guitarists, I thought it'd just be a really cool little quick video to do, because nearly every band I work with where there's multiple guitarists, the natural instinct is I'm going to be in the left speaker and the other guitarist is going to be in the right speaker. And a lot of the time that doesn't work because you have those dynamic drops and they're just too different. And then you find yourself in trouble, like a little bit what we had in this mix, where one side was lacking because it was too bottom rich compared to the other one that was more mid and high rich. And it doesn't work. It sounds off balance, for lack of a better term. So in those regards, it's like, well, then you've got to talk to your musos, if you are the engineer in this project. Let's say for the sake of this argument, you are. Having that discussion of, well, do we want to fine tune both sounds to try to be more similar so you can be on extreme left and right? Or is it best to just compromise and go both left and right and quad track it? Get one guitarist to do a left and right and get the other guitarist to do a left and right and balance and mix it that way. Or you can just talk them into using the same type of setup to get that sound. Or the other option, which is extremely common, which I have done plenty of times, and plenty of different documentaries and other sources I've come across have done the same. Well, normally one guitarist does all the rhythm and that is it. So, but these are all the different type of discussions that we have in the studio, trying to figure out the best way to get the best results for the project, which isn't always the case, because normally it is also a fine balance of keeping all the musicians happy that are involved, especially when you're not the guitarist yourself. It's all about keeping them happy and the best way they can approach to get what they want, pretty much, to be happy. Because it's their project, they have to live with it a hell of a lot longer than what we do. It's their passion and pride and joy, and you've got to do what's right for them. So it's finding that balance and having these really interesting discussions. I find it very interesting anyway, when approaching, recording and tracking different instruments and different things. So I hope you enjoyed this little discussion, this little playthrough. It was lots of fun, and well, it's just heaps of jams really for me. It was pretty cool. And definitely keen to hear your thoughts. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments below, just like every other YouTube video out there. And I really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, please, stay safe.